visiting Auschwitz was somewhere I promised myself I was always going to go to see for myself, know what history had said had happened. I've always campaigned against the fascists and right-wingers and feel it's important to do so. And if you want democracy, you cannot allow people to dictate and walk all over. So it's important to stand up to them. Now, as a campaign, it's equally important to understand history, and you can do some history at school, you can do the history at college, but nothing prepares you for what you can learn by actually visiting a site and seeing what had happened and piecing together what you've learnt over the years and seeing that firsthand. So I would say to anybody, whether that's a student, whether that's a trade unionist, whether it's a campaigner, whether it's a teacher, you will learn a lot from visiting that tour. Yes, parts of it will be upsetting, but the people who organise the tour are there to support as well and recognise that some people will find it difficult, and they're very supportive in terms of what they offer and what they give. But I think everybody, if they have the opportunity, should do that tour. Last year, and I imagine the groups who were there the previous years, it was a combination of people who'd retired, people who were relatives, people who'd had family who'd died in the camp. There were teachers there, there were campaigners there. So it was a mixture of people, but they were all there for the same reason, to learn a bit more about the history, not just for themselves, but for them to take back and share with others as well. Started off in Krakow, and you go on the square and you see the 69, I think, square chairs it is, which represented the 69,000 people who went to their deaths. That makes a lasting impression. There were pre-meetings which were held from the start to enlighten people in terms of what was going to happen over the 4 or 5 days of the study. I suppose when you actually visit the camps themselves, or what remains of the camps which have been turned into museums, that's what affected me, and I suppose affected other members of the tour. That when you go into that camp and you go into some of the barracks which were used as prison cells, and you see glass screens, and behind the glass screens in one of the barracks is just human hair, and it must have been 10, 11 foot deep, and it must have gone on for 25, 30 feet. It was just human hair, and that was just what they recovered, some of what they recovered after the war had ended. You go into another, and behind the same screens, the same depth, the same length, it was people's personal suitcases, personal property. Another barracks, it was artificial limbs. Now, why would you take artificial limbs for individuals? But no, that's what they'd done. That they always ensured after trips in each day, there's the opportunity for people to debrief, which I feel was important, because some of the things you see and hear about are quite horrific. And for some people, I think it was important that you're able to talk about that, how you feel, and hear from others how they feel, so you're not on your own. If we didn't or don't go there, learn from that and come back and share that with others, that we'll never understand fascism, we'll never understand why we need to campaign against the right wing, and we could see such atrocities happening again in the future.